Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nino, and from This Is Nino TV, we're here at Premiere Orlando with Frank Fulco, the CEO of ABS. All right,
Chicago, ABS Chicago, America's
Chicago,
Beauty Show,
yeah.
Chicago.
For those that don't know, American Beauty Show. Frank, tell us a little bit about you, man. Like, what inspired you to get into this industry?
Well, I'd say I got into this industry when I was in college. I got an internship with a company called Helene Curtis. Doesn't exist anymore, but it was a family business in the beauty industry, and it started there, and I haven't looked back. And that's been 35 years ago. Never looked
35
back.
years.
Yeah, been in the industry.
Wow, that's
30
a very long time.
Thank you.
And I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of different changes throughout the industry, a lot of changes throughout this business. I've done shows personally, small shows, not at the level as you've done them, right? Eventually, someday, probably we'll be able to do a show like that or collab with somebody. But for you, what do you feel like is the most challenging? What's the most challenging stuff for you to do within this industry?
I think the biggest challenge is that beauty is always evolving. Some things stay the same, some things are different. And, what stays the same is the value of relationships, the connection that stylists and professionals make with their clients. But what changes are trends, fashion, technology. And as a show, person responsible for shows, we always have to be looking at what's the next thing and making sure that that innovation is there for our guests, which are our attendees. So I would say keeping up with the trends and the innovation.
And another thing, I know that the tariffs are coming around. A lot of companies are backing out on coming to these shows. The economy's getting really bad. What do you feel that's happening with the shows? Where do you think this is going? Throughout I know you've been doing this for a very long time. You've probably seen multiple different changes throughout the years, right? For how long you've been doing it. But how do you feel like that's affecting the industry, or how it's affecting the trade shows?
Well, I mean, the tariffs are real and inflation is real. I mean, you can't sugarcoat that. That's what it is. But what also is real is that the US is not going to go out of business. Beauty is never going to go out of business. And in fact, the numbers show that when there are difficult economic times, is that folks invest in beauty. And beauty is a category that's recession resistant. So what do I see and what do I think should happen with events, whether it's tariffs, inflation, what have you, is companies need to continue to invest in their business and invest in their business where their customer is. And their customers are at events. They're right here. So if you want to meet your customers and you want to interact with your customers, you want to drive your business, come to in-person events and meet with them. But here's the other thing too. Just like what we're doing right here, we're capturing digital content. And this digital content we're going to use beyond this event or any other event. So I would encourage all exhibitors, all brands, to have a digital strategy for in-person events. Because the value that you get from that in-person event not only takes place immediately, but also following the show where you use it, you repurpose the digital content. So whether it's tariffs, inflation, God forbid, wars or whatever, the beauty business will always be in business. It's been in business since the beginning of time, and it will always be in business because people want to feel good about themselves. They want to be the best version of themselves, and we're fortunate in that we have the opportunity to help people do that.
Awesome. So I got a few more questions for you.
You bet.
I know you don't have a lot of time. You're a busy man, and we appreciate you having you on the channel today.
I appreciate this.
Another thing, let's talk about what's one of the habits that changed your life.
What's that?
What's one of the habits that changed your life?
What's one of the habits that changed my life? I'll tell you what's changed my life the most is I am married to the most wonderful person in the world, my wife. So that's one thing I can tell you that's changed my life. But besides that, I would tell you that having good mentors and looking to be coached by people that are qualified to coach, because some people may want to coach and you really don't want that coaching. But looking for good mentors, being very intentional about that, in your life, has made a difference in my life. And I would encourage everyone to do that because in my experience, there's two types of people out there. There's the givers and the takers. And there's plenty of people out there that want to give and will help you. And if you're open to it and you ask for it, you'll be blessed with it. And I've been blessed with good mentors. So
How does this trade show stuff affect your relationship? Does it change anything? Does it change anything in your relationship being at these trade shows? You know, being so busy. And
listen, I love.
I know that's a little personal.
No. I love these events. It's one of the things that's beautiful about our beauty industry is that we connect with people. And I think when you have these trade shows, in-person events, when you have an opportunity to see colleagues, shake their hand, give them a hug, visit with them a little bit, there's a connection there that can't take place over Zoom or a phone call or anything. The energy that we give each other is a gift. And I think events like this and other events are just, they're a blessing for people. I think people need to come out and connect.
Awesome. Another quick question. How do you stay current with changes in this field?
Well, I think getting out and about, it really is a discipline. So I would encourage everybody to stay current. Go to events, go to industry events, see what's going on, talk to people, and hear what people have to say, because even if it's not accurate, you hear what's on other people's minds and you get a feel for that. So I would say get out, be out and about, be present. The second thing is always be learning. I mean, I have never stopped intentionally going to school or learning my whole career. And I think, learning is just like nutrition. It's just a different form of it. And all of us need to just keep learning because things are changing and they're changing rapidly and they're going to change more rapidly with AI. And I think that's an opportunity for all of us to really embrace, where things are headed and to keep learning. So I would say those two things: be out and about, be present, and always be learning.
And how do you approach risk?
How do I approach risk?
Because we know this is a very risky.
Yeah. I have to tell you, I approach it as you get older. You approach it a little bit differently than when you're younger. But I would say whether you're older or younger, there's a book called The Art of War, and one of the passages in the book, it says, "Never engage in a battle that you can't win on paper first." So if you can't see a path to victory on paper first, don't start it. So that's how I approach risk now. As I think about things, I try to take the time to think through, different ventures, different opportunities. And if I can see a path for success on paper and it's within our capabilities, then I'll take it. If I don't see a path, I don't take it.
All right. And I know, like you were saying, you've been in this for a very long time. One of the cases that I see a lot is that the human being goes through different emotions. How do you stay motivated to just keep going with 35 years of doing this in the industry? I'm pretty sure it's tough.
So how do I stay motivated? I'm thinking, because I'm naturally driven, like as a person. Like I like to be doing things. So I think for me personally, the fear of not working keeps me motivated. Like I enjoy working, I enjoy being around people, I enjoy the challenge, and that helps me stay motivated. The other thing that helps me stay motivated
is how they say motion creates emotion, right?
Yeah. The other thing is I like to try to do things that have a purpose or a mission behind them. Because then to me, it's like you're spending your time on something that means something. We all have to do things that are pointless at times and, they're not our most productive things. But overall, if you can find things that have purpose and that fit within who you are as a person, then there's a mission to it, and that keeps me motivated. I'm fortunate right now that I work for a nonprofit, Cosmetologist Chicago and America's Beauty Show, and we've been around for well over a century. and there's a mission behind it, which is to serve licensed beauty professionals. And I can tell you, my team and I were very motivated by that because we know that we're doing something for others, not trying to take something from others. We're doing it for others, and that keeps us motivated.
And a lot of people don't see that, right? A lot of people see, oh, that you reap the benefit of what you're doing, but they don't see how much work is put behind this. And like, nobody really has to do this, right? Nobody has to care about a certain industry. And like I said, I've done small shows, not at the level as you, and it takes a lot of work. It takes a big toll on you. Takes a toll on your family because you can't sleep. You're dedicating all your time to that and stuff like that. So I'm grateful to see like people like you are actually giving back into the industry and making things matter.
Thank you.
Because like you said, there's a lot of people that take but don't give, and that's very important. We need more people like you.
Thank you.
I know you don't have a lot of time. I told you it was just a quick one. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm gonna ask you five quick questions. Coffee or tea?
What's that?
Coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee.
Books or podcasts?
Books.
Work hard or work smart?
Work hard.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
One word that defines your year so far?
My year so far? Navigation.
Navigation, awesome. You guys hear from my man Frank, ABS, the CEO of American Beauty Show. What do we expect from the American Beauty Show? What's coming next? Where are you going with this?
Well, I can tell you where we're going over this next year. It's all about growth and it's all about community. Because at the end of the day, we talked about like in-person events. When good people come together, great things happen. And our show has been around. This will be our 103rd year. And there's a reason why it's lasted 103 years, because love and connection never go out of style. And we're blessed to have this event in Chicago. It's been there, like I said, for over 100 years. And what you can expect is more innovation, more growth, more education about growing. And we're going to be looking at how we can help salons and our industry leverage AI and how we do what we do to make us more efficient. You know, and I know that like AI is like the word that, or the phrase that everybody's talking about right now. And, you know, there's a lot of information out there about AI. I will share with you this and just some thoughts on it. The way that we look at it is it's like the great equalizer. You know, like all of us learn differently. All of us have different skills. All of us are gifted. And then there's other areas where we all need a little help.
Yeah.
AI is a great equalizer. All you have to do is prompt it to get help. So if you need legal, not saying that you would use it for legal advice, but if you do need some guidance, you prompt it. You know, if you have dyslexia, you prompt it to explain it to you differently so that this way you can understand it. You know, and it is the great equalizer, and we have a community of beauty professionals that know people better than anybody. Like our community knows people. I mean, your stylist or your barber, they shake your hand. They know exactly what's going on in your life like that. They're brilliant. And if we can support that brilliance with tools, like with artificial intelligence to help with on the business side or the marketing side or create business plans, we're going to do that because that'll help our industry grow. So we think it's a renaissance. We think it's a great time in our industry, and I think there's nothing but growth and optimism for everybody in our industry because I think we have a very, very bright future.
Awesome. You guys heard it. Make sure you go to ABS Chicago on Instagram. Follow them. Make sure you make it to their next show. Let the people know why they should be at ABS.
Oh, you should be at ABS. One, to be with your people, your community, and the support and the encouragement that we all need. And the other two is continue to learn. We talked about success and always learning, and America's Beauty Show is driven by education. So come on out, keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward, and the beauty industry will always be here for you.
Well, you guys heard it. We hope to see This Is Nino TV at ABS one of these years at Chicago. Let's go.
Thank you.